Episode 403. And right at this critical moment, it happened. Just as his life bar had dipped into the red, Lin Jingyan's eyes lit up. Tang Hao, who had been charging and attacking wildly, finally missed a beat in his operation, revealing a massive opening. For a match nearing its end, a single opening like this might not be enough to completely turn the tide, but it could very well be the spark that ignites a comeback. Lin Jingyan didn't hesitate. Seizing this sliver of an opening, his Tungsan strikes lunged forward. His right hand shot out, executing a throat lock aimed straight at Tang Hao's Doriro. But Tang Hao, who shouldn't have been able to see this attack coming, seemed to know it was coming all along. Doriro suddenly sidestepped. Lin Jingyan's heart lurched, and as he scrambled to adjust, his screen went black. Doriro had already launched into a flying throw, both knees smashing viciously into Tang Sanda's forehead. This was the brawler's skill, power knee. Lin Jingyan knew something was wrong. If his opponent was this prepared, then that earlier opening, was it a trap? The powerful knee strike wasn't enough to knock his opponent down, but as Dorilo flew past Tang Sanda, he hooked an arm out with the force of a barring mountain tiger. This time, he finally slammed Tang Sanda flat onto the ground. Dorilo rolled with him, his movements half a beat faster than Lin Jingyan's quick recover. Tang Sanda couldn't get up in time and was pinned to the ground. Then fists began to rain down, the brawler's high-level skill, Tyrant's Fist Barrage. As a master of the brawler class, Lin Jingyan knew exactly how much damage this skill could inflict. He checked his remaining health. This time, he held out no hope at all. Under Tang Hao's frenzied assault, the barrage of Tyrant's fists came faster and more numerous. When the final blow landed, Tang Sanda's life force was utterly spent, never to rise again. As the word glory flashed across the screen, the host was already shouting, announcing the final victor. The underdog has prevailed, a perfect victory. The media only wants more sensational stories. They won't let personal feelings sway them toward any side. The two players stepped down from the competition stage and shook hands at the center of the arena.
Well played.
Lin Jingyan managed to maintain his smile. Years in the professional scene had taught him to never let his true feelings show.
The underdog prevails.
Tang Hao shook Lin Jingyan's hand, and with a smile, he uttered those same 4 words once more. Even the host standing nearby felt the situation was incredibly awkward and was just about to step in to break the tension, but the handshake was already over. Tang Hao stood ramrod straight, raised his hands to acknowledge the surrounding audience, then turned and walked off the stage. The host looked at Lin Jingyan with a rather pitiful expression. He had no idea how to keep the show moving. Lin Jingyan still managed to smile for the host, then waved to the surrounding audience before walking off the stage. By normal standards, he wasn't old at all, but on the esports stage, the back he turned as he left looked somewhat unsteady. The pro players all exchanged glances. Tang Hao's actions were a direct challenge to tradition itself. Although Gao Yingji had just defeated his captain, he never showed the slightest hint of disrespect. While the crowd was still buzzing, the commentator seized the moment to announce the next matchup. The challenger, Sun Shang of Team Excellent Era. The challenged, Han Wenqing of Team Tyranny. Then, the commentator announced with even greater excitement that the rookie had also requested to use a professional account for this match. The moment the words were spoken, the entire arena erupted in a deafening roar of cheers and screams, powerful enough to lift the roof right off. This time, the requirement to use a pro account carried far more weight than the previous match. Tang Hao's Dorilo was just an average character in the pro scene. As for Lin Jingyan's Tangsan strikes, while it was hailed as the #1 brawler, it had never been crowned a god-level account. However, the accounts in the hands of Sun Shang and Han Wenqing were a completely different story. Sun Shang's account was the Battle God, One Autumn Leaf, while Han Wenqing's was the Fist King, Desert Dust. These two god-tier characters have been locked in an epic rivalry since the very founding of the Glory Alliance. The sheer uproar from the audience told you everything about how sensational these accounts were. It's already a rare treat to see one god-level account appear in the Rookie Challenge, but now, 2 god-level accounts are appearing at the same time, and they're facing each other as opponents. This is absolutely a first in the history of the Rookie Challenge. The media reporters are going to be absolutely swamped tonight. They hadn't even finished preparing the underdog takes the top spot headline, and an even bigger bombshell had already dropped. Of course, the more explosive the topic, the more fired up the dedicated reporters get. The previous articles don't need to be scrapped. They'll just be moved to a less prominent section. Right now, they were hoping that Sun Xing would give them a sensational reason for an upset victory, just like Tang Hao had. On the competition stage now, Sun Xiang strode forward. Without a doubt, no other rookie's fame could match Sun Xiang's. He was a second-year student, just like Tang Hao, but he was far more eye-catching. In his very first season, Sun Xiang earned the title of Rookie of the Year with a God-tier performance. And this season, Sun Xiang's performance remained outstanding. After transferring to Excellent Era mid-season and taking over the God-tier account One Autumn Leaf, Sun Xiang had firmly established himself among the top-tier greats. Most people had probably forgotten that he was still only a second-year player. At this point, if Sun Xiang were to say something about paying respects to his seniors, it probably wouldn't win him much approval. After all, his status had changed. To still think of himself as just another rookie would be going too far. Excessive modesty is just another form of arrogance. Besides, Sun Xiang was never a humble man to begin with. The sharpest reporters already sensed that Sun Xiang wouldn't let this match be a dull one.